Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm outside again. Hope the background noise isn't too bad. Thanks, Obama. Blah blah blah. That's how I usually start my videos, right? Anyways, today I'm gonna be talking about this, like, just a simple philosophical question, right? Now, let me just give a disclaimer, right? Suicide is never the answer, right? Suicide's bad, all right? If you kill yourself because you want non-consenting torture to stop, okay, you're a selfish, bad person, all right? But you know who's not a selfish, bad person? Your parents, who chose to bring you here without your consent because they wanted something more in their lives. They're not selfish, bad people. They're kind, loving empaths, all right? But you, if you say no to non-consenting torture, you're the asshole. You're the douchebag, all right? And the people who guilt trip you into not killing yourself because they'll feel sad if you leave and are not putting up with more torture. Yes, people who guilt trip you into putting up with more torture, those aren't bad people. Those are kind, loving empaths, all right? So yeah, suicide's never the answer, okay? It's never the answer, and if you do it, you're a bad person, all right? So there, I gave the disclaimer, okay? So, taking that disclaimer into consideration, why, just ask yourself, like, why would you want to be in this environment, okay? Like, why would you want to be in an environment where, I mean, the overwhelming majority of people, at least, are gonna just fuck up your life? I mean, if you hang around them long enough, yeah. Even the overwhelming majority of people who seem great for months or years, yeah. People who seem great for months or years show little to no red flags. I mean, they for sure don't do anything that would suggest they're gonna be that bad, right? You know, they may do some relatively mild mistakes here and there, but that's about it, you know. And then, after seeming great overall for months or years, they flip and start acting completely different and do like exponentially horrifying shit out of the blue that you've never seen them do before. Like, yeah, overwhelming majority of people are like this, okay? And honestly, man, even the people who do show red flags early on, the truth is, man, even those people, they end up being a lot worse than the red flags would indicate. Yeah, I can think of multiple people who I gave too much benefit of the doubt to, you know. The reason why I gave too much benefit of the doubt to them, well, it's a couple reasons, but for one, I was just brainwashed into this whole forgiveness and letting go shit, and I just didn't know any better. I was just taught bad lessons, and I don't really know any better, you know. And I mean, I don't think it's your fault if you are taught the wrong lesson and you don't know any better, you know. Like, how's that your fault, you know? Now, sure, you can probably learn better once you see how fucked up and wrong and stupid your parents and teachers were. Once you try their shitty advice in your life, I'm sure you probably could figure out later on your own. But like, before you knew, like, how is it your fault, right? So yeah, those people, I think of multiple people who I gave too much benefit of the doubt to, and they did show some pretty serious red flags early on. But guess what, man? They ended up being exponentially worse than even the red flags would indicate. It's like, yeah, the red flags would indicate they're going to be bad to some degree, you know, and the red flags, I mean, may be enough. It may still be enough red flags for you to reasonably justify not hanging around them, right? But even in that scenario, they end up being drastically worse than even the red flags would have indicated, right? And it's just, excuse me, it's just like, what the fuck, man? Like, what? Like, why are so many people like this, man? Like, why? I mean, what the fuck do you cunts have to gain by doing this? Okay, this whole love bomb bait and switch thing, and this whole ghosting phenomenon. Yeah, it's an extremely common phenomenon. Like, we live in a society where it's a very common phenomenon for people to love bomb you, act like they love hanging around you, that things are going so great, and then they'll just abandon you and just disappear without even telling you and act all weird and avoidant without even telling you what the problem is, you know? And it doesn't seem like you did anything wrong, you know? It's like, I mean, to your recollection, you didn't even do anything wrong. I mean, and they don't tell you to do anything wrong. So it's like you get no feedback whatsoever. It's like they go straight from, oh, things seem to be going so great, they love hanging around you, and then they just go cold and act all weird and avoidant. And they give you all these very severe punishments, and they torture you with abandonment, but you get no feedback, right? You get no feedback whatsoever. You don't know what the problem is, you know? Like, it's just, that is sick, all right? Those of you who are gonna, like, do this shit to people without remorse, you're gonna love bomb and abandon people who didn't do anything to deserve it. I mean, fuck you, all right? Like you guys are just absolute pure evil sacks of shit, okay? I mean, seriously, man. And then you wonder why suicide rates are going up, why depression rates are going up, anxiety rates are going up. Bro, why wouldn't you be extremely depressed and anxious when you live in this sort of fucked up environment? Where like you're surrounded by all these sick, sadistic, psychological torturers who are basically giving you AIDS with psychological torture. Yeah, look it up, bro. Psychological torture basically gives people AIDS. Yeah, it decreases your immune system. It takes years off your life. You get sick more often. Yeah, AIDS, you're immunodeficient. Okay, yeah, it basically gives you a pretty AIDS-like set of symptoms. All right, also causes your brain to fire excruciating physical pain sensations, and it also causes physical brain damage. This is all proven by science, bro. Look it up, bro. Look it up. All right, look it up. Okay, look it up. Yeah, man. I mean, like, why would you want to be in this environment? Okay, now you can't kill yourself though. Oh, if you kill yourself because you want non-consenting torture to stop, if you kill yourself because you don't want to be in this fucked up evil environment full of all these like evil psychological torturers who are giving you AIDS all the time. Okay, if you say no to torture, you're a bad, selfish person. Okay, you're so selfish and inconsiderate, man. You're so selfish, bro. You're selfish. All right, you're so selfish if you don't want to put up with the non-consenting torture. All right, you're so selfish, man. If you want to kill yourself. Suicide is never the answer, all right? But still, let's just ask ourselves, I mean, the philosophical question, I mean, why would you want to, I mean, also, man, would you even want to see a movie like this? Yes, would you even want to see like a Twilight Zone or Black Mirror episode where that involves a life as depressing as life here for your average person, okay? With all this psychological trauma and shit. I mean, like, would you even want to watch a TV show like that? I mean, I don't know. Some people like scary movies, but I mean, honestly, man, if I saw, I want to put you like this, man. If I saw a Twilight Zone episode of my life, I would find it far too depressing to watch. I'd say, no, fuck that. This is too depressing. I don't watch this Twilight Zone shit anymore. You know? Yeah, I'm serious, bro. And you know what else? I think lots of people would say the exact same thing about themselves, you know, about their own situation, you know. But you can't kill yourself though. Okay, suicide's bad. All right, you're a selfish, bad person if you want non-consenting torture to stop. Right? If you want to stop living out a horrifying episode of the Twilight Zone that you would probably not even want to watch on TV, even if you knew it was fictional. Okay, if you want to say no to that, you're a bad person. You're so selfish, man. You're so selfish and inconsiderate, okay? But the people who guilt trip you into putting up with torture, the people who guilt trip you into putting up with torture, okay, those are not bad people. Those are kind, loving empaths, all right? They love you, right? They care about you, man. People who guilt trip you and psychologically manipulate you into putting up with non-consenting torture, okay, those are kind, loving empaths, all right? You know why? Because they'll feel sad if you don't put up with non-consenting torture. Yes, if you don't put up with more torture non-consensually, okay, they will feel sad, all right? And that's why they're guilt tripping you to put up with more torture, okay? Because they're kind, loving empaths. They care about you, man. They definitely care about you. They're loving empaths, right? They're kind, loving empaths, man. They love you, okay? They fucking love you, man. They're such kind, loving empaths, all right? Wonderful people, man. Wonderful people. But you're not a wonderful person if you say no to torture, okay? If you say no to getting AIDS all the time, from constantly having your brain violated by these evil cunts. Okay, if you want to say no to that, if you want to say no to getting AIDS, you're a bad person, okay? You're a bad person if you say no to other people giving you AIDS, okay? You're a bad person. You're so selfish, bro. You're selfish, all right? You're so selfish to say no to, you know, constantly having other people give you AIDS. You're a bad person. You're so selfish, man. You're selfish. So yeah, that's about all I gotta say for today. In short, if you don't want to put up with non-consenting torture, if you don't want to be here, if you don't want to be in a world like this, I mean, this is an amazing world, bro. I mean, like, wow. When all these fucking people, when you're constantly surrounded by people who will give you AIDS through, you know, brain damage, that is amazing, right? It's so great to be around people who constantly damage your brain and give you AIDS, all right? It's so great to constantly be non-consensually, you know, given AIDS and given mental trauma by all these just wonderful people, man. They're kind, loving empaths, man. They make the world a great place, you know. I mean, why would anybody want to kill themselves? Why would anybody be depressed? Why would anybody be anxious? I mean, like, these people are phenomenal, okay? This is a great world we live in. This is great, all right? You're too negative if you want to say no to this, okay? You're too negative, okay? You're too fucking negative, right? Suicide is never the answer, okay? If you want to kill yourself, you're a bad person, all right? You're so selfish, man. You're selfish. Anyways, that's all I gotta say for today. Bye.